guys like horse shows?
What's up, She-Hulkers? Today we're talking about She-Hulk Episode 9. Whose show is this?
Alright, let's see here.
So I just got done watching the finale of She-Hulk, and I know it's pretty early to say, but this might be my favorite thing in the MCU right now. She fucking broke the fourth wall and met Kevin,
stands for Knowledge Enhanced Visual Interconnectivity Nexus,
who creates all of the MCU. We literally broke the fourth wall and showed in the MCU, spoke about the MCU in the MCU.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Are you kidding me? This episode was incredible.
Haha, I see what you did there. You may proceed.
The opening is a recreation of the Hulk show, literal like shot-for-shot recreations of that. So the storylines start going through really quickly. She ends up waking up in the cell that Abomination was in. She sees everybody there. They inform her that, like, of all the trouble. Everybody just saw her as a Hulk. She loses her job. She ends up living with her parents. Meanwhile, Nikki uploads a video of She-Hulk twerking and, like, the one from college. And she ends up having Pug pretend to be her in this online chat room, like, meet up with the Hulk King. We find out it's Todd. We all knew it was Todd, but, like, it's revealed there, like, he's the Hulk King and all this shit. I really like that part, because, like, every bit of dialogue in that area is totally things that have been said about every single girl in the MCU. And you can just tell that, like, a lot of this show was inspired by the poor treatment of some of these girls online, which is really horrible, but also cool that they can also be like, hey, we acknowledge that you guys are assholes. I really like that She-Hulk is kind of Marvel's way of saying fuck you to a lot of their mean fans. I don't know why some people might hate that. I think that's a really cool move. I think that it was so fun, and it wasn't even really like a fuck you. It was more of just like a, hey, if you agree with this, you're a bad guy. If you've done this before, you're a bad guy. But anyways, everything starts to go awry. Even Jen's looking at the camera being like, is this the show you guys want? Because we got 3 Hulks, I guess 4 if Jen would transform into her, but 3 Hulks fighting each other, because we got Todd Hulk, Hulk, and Abomination. So it's just, it was starting to become your typical Marvel ending. And She-Hulk was like, this is not gonna happen, boys. She put her foot down, got kicked to Disney Plus, then jumped back through Avengers Assembled, walked to the writer's room, and she gave them all a spanking and said, you guys are not right in this ending. Where's Kevin? Give me Kevin. She gets to Kevin. She ends up changing her ending to the ending she wants. She's also talking about the daddy issues of the MCU. She asks when we're going to get X-Men and gives us like a funny little look afterwards. It was a really cool scene. I really hope we get to see Kevin again. The only other thing I could assume we'd get him in is Deadpool, but I don't know. It was just really interesting to see like that they were quoting the MCU in the MCU. They were talking. It was. I didn't expect this ending in She-Hulk. I expected them to break the fourth wall a little bit, but for her to go into the writer's room and then talk to Kevin, which is Kevin, but it was Kevin. But she was talking to, like, you know what I mean? This was crazy, and I'm sure there'll be guys on the internet that will somehow ruin this, but for now, this is so dope. Like, this was actually a pretty sweet ending that I did not expect. It was a really fun episode. I even liked that they acknowledged that most of the time when people transform from Hulks, like Hulk form, they cut away the camera. Like a good portion of the time, there's cutaways. And I like they acknowledged that it was for budget reasons. And we got it like one time at the end of the episode, but I like that they acknowledged that a little bit. Right before she leaves, too, she's like, I could use Daredevil one more time. And of course, Daredevil shows up again in suit and at the family get-together at the end of the show, which there we get to meet Hulk and SKAAR, his son, which that part was very weird. Like, I get we'd still had to do that storyline. He even mentioned that we were leading to that, and she says, let's wait for the movie. But we literally only saw the kid for like a second. Like, maybe 5 seconds at most, it felt like. So that's cool. I guess we'll see more of that in Captain America, I'm assuming. It was really cool, even though, like, they had no dialogue exchange or anything, just knowing that Hulk and Daredevil and She-Hulk and SKAAR, like, all of them were at, like, a little family barbecue or whatever, like Fast and Furious style. That's just kind of fun knowing that also exists in the MCU. You know what I mean? And then lastly, we got an end credit scene with Abomination in his cell, and what do you know, Wong shows up and takes him out. Says he took a while, he got stuck into another TV show, and he took him away. Now I don't know where that's going. Maybe fucking Doctor Strange 3 and the Whispering Eye. I don't know. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I really like that they've just seemed to team up Abomination and Wong now, and they're just gonna pop up here and there in random MCU projects. That's just kind of fun. One last thing. So the next thing we have in the MCU coming up is Wakanda Forever, and I love the little nod to that when they talked about the visual effects company has moved on, and we got the little Wakanda chime. That was really neat. That was a fun little nod. Just more and more stuff like that. I know they can't do like a Kevin thing in every episode, but like season 2 of She-Hulk, if we can get just more and more little MCU jokes and these just stuff like this, I feel like they're really hitting their stride. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the She-Hulk review. I really dug this show. I know there's a lot of people out there that hated it, and that was also kind of the point of the show too, is that people would hate it. Overall, I thought I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed every episode, even the real silly ones, even the ones that nothing really happened. I just thought this was a really fun show, and I had a blast watching it. If you enjoyed this and you want to hear more of me, I do Andor reviews every single week. I also do House of the Dragon with my friend Hess. We do a podcast on it. So if you want to hear either of those, you can check that out. If not, I guess I'll see you in the next Marvel project, if that's all you want. If that's all you want to hear from me. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, night, whatever it is, and I'll see you guys later, alligators.